Let's get to it. Number one, Nikki Haley, she just wants your name. That's all. So, in a move that is frankly shocking in its tone-deaf nature, honestly, when I heard her say, it's like, are you listening to yourself right now? No. She said the quiet part out loud. Globalist dictator in training Nikki Haley said in a Fox News interview, anti-Semitism was always bubbling underneath the surface, but now we're seeing this massive exaggeration of it. But no one's talking about why. Nobody.
No one is.
No one.
No one. Churches
Ever.
don't.
No.
There's like no political. Tim Pool.
You are
no
the
one.
lone voice in the wilderness.
You are the savior, Nikki.
You are the prophet and savior. All hail Nikki Haley.
Yeah, all Nike hails.
Truth is, if you look at social media, the misinformation, keyword, and the dramatic sides of social media are instigating this. Why? Because it's being pushed by Russia, ding, 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 China, Iran, and North Korea. It is why when I get into office, the first thing we have to do, day one, this is what she wants to do. Social media accounts. Social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let's see why they're pushing what they're pushing. Second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name, said Nikki Haley, whose real name is Nimarata. And I'm dead serious. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots. Iranian bots and Chinese bots. There's all kinds of bots. Bots everywhere.
Dude.
This is great, isn't it? This is her words, guys. It's not me like putting words in her mouth. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say and they know their pastor and their family members going to see it. It's going to help our kids and it's going to help our country.
Is it though? Silencing free speech? Is it?
Yes.
We're silencing misinformation. It's only misinformation to those who don't do their homework. And it's not misinformation if it's an opinion. It's an opinion, right? In our universities today, a lot of these young people that are crying out for Palestine are not even calling Hamas terrorists anymore. They're calling them
freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters and resistance groups, right? So to them, they've been indoctrinated and trained to think that terrorism now is no longer terrorism. This is how Che Guevara got, to me. You know, a lot of people praise him. He was a resistance, but he overthrew government. And you could look at that two ways. You could look at that as a resistance, and you could look at that as he went against his country. Now, Cuba, bonkers anyways, but like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of look at history. History will be dictated by those who actually write about it, and those who write about it control it.
Right.
Right? So you have to know yourself, do we believe Hamas is a terrorist organization? Yes, I do. Right? Because of what they did and how they claim and their, everything they say, and they want to kill gay people, and it's so crazy. They want to kill people, and the Christians are the ones that hate people. They want to kill gays. They want to kill anybody who's an infidel, basically.
But we're the evil, awful ones.
Right, including Jews. We just got to wipe them off the face of the earth. So
you're welcome, Media Matters.
Huh?
I said you're welcome, Media Matters.
Right.
Clip that out of context.
Right. There you go. Yeah. But really, it's people's opinion. Like these kids that are protesting for Palestine, I think they're a bunch of 25-year-old grown, 10-year-olds.
Yeah, and they've been insulated from opinions. Think about the insulation that's happened on American universities, campuses especially. We don't allow that conservative voice in here.
No.
Plus, what conservative voice is there really on an American university these days? So those kids, which they really are kids, even though they're 20-something years old,
right?
They go through this whole system. They're never shown another side of things. And so they're steeped in all of it.
Sure.
Because of censorship.
Sure.
If we would get rid of this whole idea that we have to censor a wrong idea, you could actually let the ideas battle.
Right. You could let the ideas battle, because if you continue to censor people who you say is a bad idea, who becomes the arbiter then of what is a bad idea?
Right.
Right? Because there's a bunch of people that think Christians should be silenced because of their ideas. They think it's bad.
Right.
There's a lot of people who think Rashida Tlaib should be silenced because she's bad, But if you keep trying to silence people, you'll never know how to adequately defend yourself, defend the faith. I mean, eventually, if they want to silence ideas, the gospel is offensive. right? So denying your flesh and all that stuff.
And in before the people say, therefore you shouldn't keep books out of libraries, public libraries. Different conversation, because when we're talking about kids and explicit material, you are allowed to discriminate against information that you don't believe your kid is ready to take in. And a library is a finite resource. It has finite shelf space, so you have to determine what books will come in and what books won't. You're allowed to have a standard and discriminate against harmful ideas for minors. That's a different conversation from, well, we have this platform, but we're not going to allow a whole side to make their point heard. If those people who want those books in the libraries or want that information taught want to come argue their idea, there shouldn't be any censorship against it. Come on this show. Go on the other conservative shows. Go on the liberal shows. Go make your voice heard. That's great. But when Nikki Haley is saying, well, we need to have a name next to everyone, where do you think that goes?
Right.
We've watched FBI, NSA, CIA, the DOJ. We've watched all these organizations knocking on the doors of people who are thinking wrong. So now we want to help their cause by making sure that it's verified who's making the post.
Right, because it'll stop there.
Oh, yeah, no. The society will come together once we know who actually made the post.
I don't think these people get it. The more you've tried to silence, the more other opposing voices rise. And it continues to grow. So like I think one of the best things Joe Rogan did was stand on his own convictions through COVID. It really helped him. It grew a different base for him, right? Conservatives saw a guy, who maybe doesn't agree with them in all things, but then they start to listen. It's like, hey, there's a guy standing on his convictions, right?
Right.
It hurt Shapiro in some sense because he was pro-vaccine, he was pro, mask. I think all that stuff. I think he was.
Yeah, he was, and we'll get into that in a second. But you're right. Like, I think Rogan's stance, Rogan's direction hurt Shapiro. I think Carlson has also hurt Shapiro because Rogan is a very, I just want to figure out what's going on here guy. And I think people take that as like,
right.
Oh, he's a Trump lover, he's this, he's that. When in reality, he's not.
No.
What he's doing is he's drawing comparisons between, say, Biden and Trump, and he's going, I don't trust Biden. I see all the mess he's got. I see what he's done.
Right.
I look back at what Trump did. I think I'd rather put my hat in the Trump corner. And I don't even know that he would today vote for Trump. But Rogan is very much that guy of like, no, let's tear this apart. And he very much is resistant towards tyranny, towards censorship, towards oppression. Right. More power to him. Problem is sometimes for him, the problem is sometimes it looks conservative, so then liberals will point the finger at him. You're just a conservative. They do the same thing to Tim Pool. You're just squishy conservative. He's like, no. I have social policies that I believe in that are way over on here, but I'm willing to give voice to all sides, and
right.
I understand both sides.
Right. Because, the only one who doesn't compromise his standard is the Lord, right? He's got a certain strict standard, and it's a moral law. When it comes to policy, there has to be some kind of discourse to say, okay, dude, you're a little just nuts, or, you're nuts for going this, to the right or too far to the left. And if you can't have a discourse and say, okay, man, maybe I need to rewrite what I do, or you're just never going to understand people, why they think the way they think. Like, you never shut people down. I think the worst thing you can do is when someone complains about the faith, just start shouting at them, the Bible says. Because what you're doing is not even listening to them. You're not listening to what their question is. You're not listening to why, why they question faith. You just shut them down and say, well, the Bible says. Well, that's not their God. They don't believe that. You have to be ready to convince them to the gospel. So then you start sharing the gospel saying, look, your questions can be answered. I may not have the answer, but I can go find it for you. Let's continue the discourse. What else you got? Let's share. Let's talk about their faith. Anyways, Nikki Haley, this stuff won't stop. And you know what's funny? It is literally kowtowing to government every time. This woman, I don't know much about her. I mean, because she's just never been a serious person to me to really study out. I don't know what she thought. I don't know what she was thinking when she said, I think I should run for president. Like, what have you done and accomplished to say? It's like Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
I'm not against Sarah Palin. I'm saying, where did you come from, and what made you think, okay, I'm going to go run for president, or something along those lines, right? Or you would start to think like Mike Pence. What made him pick Mike Pence? There was nothing about Pence that I was like, I can see that, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Like, who? Chris Christie?
Oh, dude.
Like, seriously, this makes the conservative side the laughingstock of America.
Especially Christie. I don't know what I have against. Like, I know what I have against the guy, but like
He's a rhino.
him especially, it's like he is so much what is wrong with the RNC. Let's put it out there. Like, to me, he is like that candidate. Him and Nikki Haley, I think, are like, and Mike Pence. Really, you are the examples of what is wrong with the RNC, and the fact that the RNC is so blind, you don't get it. And you're going to toe-to-toe in war against a guy that you should be putting all your weight behind in Vivek. And I'm not saying I'm going to vote for Vivek, but he's really your best shot outside of Trump.
Well, he sure is animating the voter base.
He is.
He really is. And will he, dude, if Trump doesn't even attend these debates, and people are like, Trump, that's insane.